Okay, I think
we
we're gonna
have a
wait a minute
quorum.
because Alex has to print the other side of the minutes. I don't know about Mike. Alicia won't be here. So we're just waiting on Mike.
You wait.
Alicia's leaving.
Well, while Alex is going to do that, I'll just let everybody know I'm not going to be renewing my term when it expires in March, just because of my own job stuff. And so if you know someone, I'm a city limits person. So if you know someone in the city limits who is interested in the Arts Commission, please encourage them to apply. Yeah.
Who's doing the logo for 120? Are we doing that or that somebody else?
The, may I answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the meeting, so.
Okay, what's her face? Fox.
Sherry.
Sherry. I mentioned to Sherry that we could get together and I can share some designs I already have. But then she canceled the meeting. So I did not proceed until I can talk to her face to face. I think we told them that it really is not an hour to provide that, but we could provide referrals.
Yeah.
But so I talked to her offline, said I have some you can talk to. Could you tell us where we stand with the 120? Because
Well,
my understanding, everything is stopped until it goes with the Parks Commission. I
oh,
think.
well, I know that Parks was good. Vincent said that he was gonna do something with Founder's Day, and
Mhm.
Sherry said that she asked you to get in touch with Vincent.
Yes, and I've sent a message to him.
Okay. So I know Vincent wanted to do the Founder's Day in May. And then, of course, we're gonna do a big thing for the 4th of July parade, the Downtown Estacada Commission's gonna do. But the big thing is I guess we need to figure out who's doing the logo, because that's gonna go on everything. That's gonna go on for every event that,
Mhm.
so. Need to get that.
In my last conversation that I had with Vincent, he was thinking about actually taking it out of Estacada and doing it
At
Foster
Philip Foster
Farms.
Farms, yeah.
Eagle Creek.
I asked him to do it. I mean, because it's not Eagle Creek's Founder's Day, it's our Founder's Day. Ask Philip Foster Farms to, if they can be involved in the event, but bring it here.
I
You
agree.
know.
But that's, and I did reach out, my conversation with you is, what's my involvement of here? That is Vincent heading it up, and you said yes, and so I'm to wait until he opens it up too. But I have reached out to him,
Okay,
So-
I'll reach out to him. So I want
so
to
I've stopped.
I want to get the ball rolling,
Okay,
I
good.
really want to get it rolling, so I'll reach out to him and.
And because May's coming up, is there a possibility for having a Founder's Day emphasis during the 4th of July as kind of like a soft opening to kind of maybe merge the two?
Yeah.
Well, I think the Founder's Day being in May, they're merging it with the Uncorked event that's happening in downtown. The wine and
At the same time that happens?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
that's gonna be the same day.
okay.
It's good for him.
And then the 4th of July parade, their committee hasn't met yet, but Connie's really excited. The 4th of July parade, Connie's really excited about, doing something for 120, making it a big deal, making it the theme of the parade. So,
Yeah. So what day is the Uncorked?
May, I don't remember, May something.
May, I think, okay.
So.
May.
It is the 8th, so.
Today he reminded me why, yesterday when I.
So we have 4 months. Pull it together. Jerry, I'm very willing to get involved and just work like crazy on this, but I'm taking the lead from Parks.
I had like one really good week of.
That's our last conversation, is to wait until Parks.
Okay,
So soon as someone from Parks or from you just go, I'll go, but I tend to, when someone gives me go, I
Indy's like.
take it seriously, I just go do it. And a lot of times people mean go, but just wait. But I just
Yeah, I'll-
kind of like a bulldozer.
I'll reach out to Vincent. I'll reach out to Vincent and, you know, have him make sure he gets in touch with you.
Yeah, and if he has someone else in mind, no offense, just, I mean, he can just do it when he wants. I just want to come along and help.
Yeah.
And it's okay. if
She
it
was
doesn't-
gonna print something.
She's
else.
the 8,
Printing
25.
page 2 of the minutes.
Oh, I just don't want to, we can't really start without her because she's the one that.
Yeah,
has
yeah.
to record.
Is Mike coming?
I'm texting him right now. I have not heard otherwise. We have enough to meet if he doesn't.
Yeah, you have a quorum.
I'm seeing Estacada uncorked for September 20th, 2025. Nope, that's not us. It's a different,
Yeah.
some other city has it
Yeah,
uncorked.
they haven't,
I was
started-
like,
they haven't even,
I was
posted-
like,
yeah, they
City.
haven't posted anything. They just decided the date on
Okay.
Monday.
for what? For Oktoberfest?
Uncorked. It's the wine event that,
They're doing that and Harvest Festival next year?
yes.
Oh, that's a lot.
They did do that once before, I think.
Yeah, they did it for 2 years. They did
Oh, yeah.
Uncorked for 2 years. And then COVID stopped it.
So they haven't done it since COVID, right? It was really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and so they're,
Okay.
Heather Randall with Wednesday or with the wine,
We can
she's
talk about
on
that in
the,
minutes.
Downtown Estacada Commission.
Okay.
She's bringing it back.
Cool. She's so cool.
Yeah.
I like her. That's my happy place.
All right, team, we ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Technical difficulties?
We had somebody print these long things on 11 by 17 today,
Oh.
and now the printer is stuck on 11 by 17 and it's got a little lock next to it, and I don't know.
We do
Ah,
not need
fix it.
11 by 17 copies of the
No.
second page of the minutes.
I'm pretty sure we're out of that paper.
Yeah.
Okay,
So sorry, guys.
that's okay.
That's my bad.
I don't know about Mike, but we'll just carry on. So I'm gonna call the meeting to order at 6:39. We're together, we're here.
We're doing it.
All right, we're doing it. It doesn't look like we have any guests today. And Alicia is sick and dealing with back spasms and stuff, so she will not be here either. So just for the record, those are the people that are missing. Cherry, do you have a city council report?
We haven't met in a couple of weeks, so I really don't have a update. The only update I can really give you, the last meeting we had, garbage service in Estacada is changing. Arrow is taking over both franchise agreements, so, and they're purchasing Walker's assets. That's really the only thing that was the last meeting we had.
And I just recently heard that they have to appoint a new counselor, right?
Yes, unfortunately, Michael Crossett, who was elected this last election, was hurt pretty bad in a work accident and won't be able to serve on council. So we'll be putting out applications for anybody interested. You must live within city limits for 1 year. But yeah, anybody interested in joining council, there will be applications. There will be it's like 21 days of time that the application will, be where you can fill out an application, and then we'll go over it. In the meantime, Paul Strobel is going to continue to serve in that seat until we fill it with the interim counselor. So, which we're lucky to have Paul for, even the little bit of time that we're going to still have him, but
Yeah.
yeah. Yep, that's all I got.
Well, do we want to take a look at the first page of the minutes?
You can wait until next meeting and then just adopt
can
the
do that.
minutes for both.
Yeah, I think the only thing I had added was that we approved the $200 and $100, the honorariums for the graphic design and for the judges. We know it's there. Okay, why don't we boot that to next meeting? We can double check and see if there's any mistakes then. Does that sound okay?
Yes.
Do I have to do a motion for that?
No.
Okay, well, let's do that later. Okay, financial, some of the stuff's really quick, and I mean, nothing has really happened. Our financial stuff is the same. No changes there. The only mail and correspondence was from Whitney Signs with like an actual quote. And I think that's been about it in terms of mail. We don't have any other correspondence to address. Do you want to just go ahead and jump right into the poetry in public places?
Okay, yeah, I made notes on all of this. I should be ready to go here. Let me start with the top pages of that handout I gave you. This is the most recent, I think the most recently revised version of our call for poems. And I'd like to drag you through it because this will be a sort of public document. And I want everybody here to know what's in it and see if there are any changes that we should make. I need to thank Deborah and Jeannie both for going through my notes several times and adding and correcting a number of items. So I'm gonna read it rather quickly, but I want you to look at the pages and then I talked with Alex already and we can get it to the city hall and have it go through that process and get out quickly, I hope. Writers of all ages submit up to 5 short poems suitable for readers of all ages for possible public display in Estacada City Parks, which should be changed to public places, public display in Estacada public places. I'll
Just be
work on that.
public
Yeah,
display
yeah.
in the city of Estacada.
Yeah, in Estacada. Okay, we'll make that change. This is why I'm doing this. Submissions may be sent via mail or email to Poetry in Public Places, the exact, I think that's the correct mailing address. And you might have trouble reading it. My printer's not working well, translating color into black and white, but they also can send it to the email address. Each poem submitted, a maximum of 5, should be on a separate sheet without author identification. Each writer should include a cover letter with the following information: a listing of the submitted poems by title. If a poem has been previously published, a statement the author has authority to republish the poem in this manner. I think the spacing can be readjusted somewhat here. If the author is under 18, list their age and affirm parental permission for the use of the submitted poems. A brief description of the author's connection to Estacada and/or Clackamas County. Include contact information for the author, email and/or mailing address. The commission will select up to 20 poems. I was thinking 10 to 15, but we're still in that category. For durable display in Estacada public places. All poems must be the original work of the submitting writer. Poems must be no longer than 15 lines and not more than 40 characters per line. Poems must be suitable for public display and readers of all ages. Subjects such as the natural world, outdoor activity, thoughtful speculation, and personal experience are the most appropriate topics for this presentation. Please submit your work no later than March 1st, 2025. The commission will acknowledge all submissions and inform all participants of the selected items on or before May 1st, 2025. Poems will be posted in public places in Estacada during the summer, probably year of 2025. We might not get them up in the summer. Are there other things that should be corrected, added, eliminated?
Sounds great.
Again, as many times as we looked at it, I thought I would have had those obvious things taken care of, but not.
Something about reading it out loud.
Yeah,
really helpful.
that's part of why I wanted to go through this, is to do that.
I mean, I would just say like
So-
some formatting things like bullet pointing those.
Yeah,
things.
I'm going to leave that up to Alex and the staff.
Okay.
I believe that's acceptable. And I think it has to go through a review process in City Hall as well before it goes out. I would ask, once this goes out, that each of you download this to your Facebook pages or whatever service you're using and spread it. I think most things work because of word of mouth and personal contact. And I also will need to get the contact information for the Clackamas County Arts.
If you just go to their website, I'll send you the. link
Okay,
for, like, the
I
meeting
looked at it
opportunity.
before, but okay.
I'll send it to you.
Okay, we'll check that out. So that's the first step that I think we're ready to go on. I have been corresponding with people from Pacific Gas and Electric. And they're interested, but they haven't been meeting in December because everybody took time off. And they're going to be planning their 2025 donations for the Estacada area in the next month. I'm hoping to wait till close to the end of January for their result, hoping that we can put their logo on the artistic design competition. And I'm obsessive compulsive enough. I'd like to have one design and use it for the whole project. And I'm hopeful that this will go through. But if there are reservations about the timing there, 1st of February to, we could go March 15th easily if that makes a difference for time. Does that seem reasonable
For the graphic design.
for the graphic design? With artists, okay, I'll do that. I'll give them to 15 March. We should give them enough time.
And if you, once you, make like for the graphic design part, it should probably be just like something brief.
Well,
If
I
we're gonna
have
do it on-
the last page is
Okay.
there. Do you want to go through that one too? Might as well.
We could also, these deadlines can be flexible too. I
Yeah,
mean,
we can always extend.
Yeah,
Yeah, and a lot of competitions do that. I see it all
Yeah.
the time. Let's go through the graphic design once we get approval from, or if the funding from Pacific Gas and Electric comes through, and we can do that in February. I think, but you can have it to look over, and if there's things you see that need to be done,
so quick,
Yeah.
just clarification, it's Portland General Electric.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
Cool.
I just PGE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
should probably also put the Clackamas County Arts Alliance, since a lot of money we're doing is functioning from a grant that they,
On the graphic art,
Sign.
okay.
don't you think?
If we get the grant this year, it's not tagged to go to anything except Art in the Park.
Okay, so it wouldn't,
You can't shove.
okay.
okay.
Well, I was thinking about our previous, but I guess that was for other things
That's
too.
bad.
So maybe not.
Okay,
Maybe
but
not.
I've scratched
What
it.
we could do is if we were subsidizing, like, for example, like Art in the Park with additional funds, and if
Mhm.
the grant does come through from Arts Alliance, then you could take those additional funds and send it elsewhere as kind of general operating.
Okay, okay.
You could also probably ask them to, just like, hey, you've done a lot for us and we wanted to like credit you on this, but they might have thoughts about that not being okay if they're
Yeah.
not specifically funding for it.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I think if we postpone looking at the design contest draft till next month's meeting, that would, I think we've
Well,
covered
don't we
what,
want to post that in February though?
yeah,
And we won't meet until February.
February 5th, yeah, but I can do it the next morning.
Okay.
February 6th. All right, I think. I think that will, Deborah mentioned the idea about posters and flyers and things like that. And for example, I think we should get some to the school for you later.
Maybe I
But-
can make up like a really quick thing on Canva, like a little thing that's just like a call for graphic artists and then a call for poetry, like a really simple.
I was thinking of just printing out what is posted on the web, on our
But I mean,
website.
even when we post it on the website or on Facebook, like we have to have some visual with it. If it's just a huge chunk of text, no one will look at it.
Yeah.
So there's gotta
I-
be, there's gotta be a visual with like a 2 sentence thing, and then like those people can read on to learn more.
Mhm.
So I think if we can make something, I think it has to have, just has to have a visual to be
Mhm.
catching. like eye
Well,
catching.
I have a sign, I have pictures of other signs, but
No, I mean, like, I could make something just like
Oh, okay.
something shiny and colorful that
Okay.
says like a call for this or a call for that.
okay,
So I'll see if I can like mock up a couple things for the
Okay.
next meeting, just like a quick.
send it.
I think it can just say call for artists is
Mhm.
really simple text that will
Yeah.
get people's attention if you get a good picture.
Yeah, just like Maddie would do, just something
Yeah.
shiny and like,
Mhm.
hello, like pops up when people are scrolling through or whatever, then they see it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do that for next meeting.
Okay, and then I thought after we send this out and maybe again at the beginning of February, I would just print out the posted information on paper and get that to a variety of places. So we get a sort of follow-up on a later date. And I guess in February, we might have an idea if it's working or not. Okay, now I think I'm done.
Awesome. Does anyone else have anything to add on that front? You good? Excited to get it going. All right. Tag, you're it, Miss Deborah.
Oh, wait, I did have something to add. Emily and Chelsea are yes for
good.
judging.
Oh, good,
Awesome.
yes.
Yeah, they were both very excited for that. Um,
And I
art
can,
in the library. So here are two drafts of what I've been working on. If you get to the one-page one, the open call for artists, reflections of Estacada, that is mostly Bev's work. I just did a little bit of edits on that. I love it. We might adjust dates depending on when we get it out. I've been working on a form with Alex that will live on our website for artists to just apply directly. So hopefully we can get like a little bank of people and not have to scramble every time to find people. Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys have any questions? I don't really prepare a lot. If you just want to take some time to look over these and give general thoughts.
I'm
because-
already really excited about this. I have somebody that I'm going to get this information to pretty quick.
Excellent.
Thinking about
So-
posting.
Within this month for the general call, and I think we might wait.
I think you can do it as soon as possible because it's pretty general here.
For this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just post this one first.
We just have to get the dates whether.
Yep.
You know, May 1 to 10/31. Getting to the end.
I was thinking that would depend on if we had another artist to fill
In
in
between.
before this goes up. So. Yeah,
Awesome.
Maybe
So-
it would just be on display at the, from on or about May, just put on or about so you can fudge the dates.
Well, you could just say join us for the opening reception in May. And I think putting TBD is okay if you're posting it in January.
mm-hmm. Or just keep it just May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just in May.
2025.
Yeah. In May 2025.
And then do that to November to January. Okay.
exciting. I'm excited about the website form. That's really cool.
Yeah, hopefully that will make the process a lot more open to different people and we'll be able to promote it in different ways, put it on the Clackamas Arts Alliance page.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so
Good job.
thank you. And in the artist agreement, what we came up with for insurance and liability was that, and this was in discussion with Elena, insurance will be responsibility of the artist, but they are not required to have insurance to display, but it is at their own risk. That way it's not excluding people that aren't able to. So student artists that aren't going to be insuring their work are still eligible to show.
Great.
I'm gonna remember to email Ariella Sophie about the framing situation too. Remember, she like
Yes.
mentioned
Mhm.
that,
Yeah.
so that we could, if that's an option, that we could track that down. I'm just gonna. I will email her, just to inquire. That sounded like a maybe, but who knows? Could be helpful. Neat. Cool. All right, so that's coming up soon too. And again, if you need any help or want help doing like a little Facebook visual, just let me know.
Okay.
Or if you want to just copy it from the website or use our logo or whatever. I mean, we could do, I'm thinking we have so many of these things coming up that are like call for artists. I wonder if we should just like develop one and just make it, that's the same kind of thing. Call, here's a call, here's another call. So that way when people
Yeah.
see it, there's like,
I think when people are looking for opportunities too. Those are the buzzwords, call
Yeah.
for artists specifically. So I think it's really smart to make it the same. You know, we could potentially have a couple different pictures if we have two different calls going out at once. And I think also when I used to do like social media research studies, your posts get pushed to the top if you have more options. So if you had like 5 different variations of the same picture, you'll show up in people's feeds a lot more frequently, rather than having like one picture, then
Okay.
you get more traction.
I'll poke around. I'll just try to poke around on Canva, make a couple of things. I don't think it's anything complicated. It just needs to be
No.
something eye-catching.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would volunteer to do that, but I
That's
can't
all
do
right.
it
I
fast
have
enough.
like weird joy doing
Great.
it.
Cool.
I have
So,
fun doing it.
What our graphic designer had said when we were making these is just like something that's really colorful, something that's really simple.
Mhm.
So not a lot of stuff, but also not just a plain color background.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Pro tips. I like it.
We literally did a research study about which things were clickable and which things were not, which feels so silly.
Well, that's helpful. I just also think that like when you're doing a visual, it needs to be something that like it will catch an artist's eye and then they will read on. Because if you just
Mhm.
have these big chunks of text, nobody reads that. But like not everybody needs to read it. We just need the people who are looking.
It
for
also
opportunity.
gets suppressed by social media if you
Mhm.
don't have a visual or
Yeah.
if it's mostly text.
Yeah.
So
I also think our primary exposure point is Facebook, but demographically, you're going for an older audience. And we really need to have maybe a different, someone to research, here's the social media platforms for the different age groups. Is it,
Our thing is that we're very limited by the city. We're really only able to promote social media wise on Facebook on that page.
well, I had to completely delete, and I had a large Facebook account, delete
Yeah,
it because
city's
I've
gonna have to
investigated
figure-
in so much graphic pornography. I've never, I think people should be arrested.
Well, just the way Facebook's going, something is gonna have to change.
So,
We're really like our hands are tied by the city in
Yeah.
that way. We talked about that before because we're like, how do we get it out in a different way?
Yeah.
And we just don't really have a lot of options right now. It's all tied up with like the ethics of the city and what they allow us to do.
Although you could convince some teenagers to take a picture of a flyer and
Yeah.
post it on their social media website that is
There you
being
go.
looked at by teenagers.
Loophole.
As someone with a teenager, bet she would do that.
All right, well, we'll have to do lots of hitting the ground running and making sure we're having artists that we know share it through word of mouth also.
Cool. Also with the schools, I think too, I mean, any of these things that are applicable to the schools, just remembering to loop them in.
We're gonna arm you with flyers.
Including Clackamas Community College.
Oh, yeah. I wonder how we could get,
call.
how they spread out their information. That might be a good thing to look into,
I think,
like
I
via
can never pronounce her name, but the lady that comes in here from,
Ariella Sophie.
yeah. She might have contacts to get that information.
Okay, I'll ask her when I email her about the frames. She's really great for all that stuff.
She's just
Definitely
great.
ask her. She's just great.
I actually was gonna make a motion, we delay starting till Ariel showed up, because I'm used to her being here every meeting. I need to slow this down. So we miss you.
Yes. Okay, well, I have Arts at the Creek on here. I really just want to double check with everybody that we're on. I will meet with Mike and Alicia soon as like a subcommittee to talk about some other things, but I wanted to send out some save the dates and stuff to the people that have already been involved and to make sure we kind of get the word out. And I wanted to just double check with the group. We're obviously doing the last Saturday in July. Can I get like one more, like yay or nay, how we feel about the noon to 6 timing? And that's really all I need right now. And then I can kind of run with it for a little while before,
What timing?
if we felt good or wanted to change that like noon to 6.
Oh,
That's what
Time.
we did last year, right?
That's what we did last year.
I think that worked really well.
I mean, the only comments that I got on the feedback form from like vendors and musicians and stuff were like, you could have started earlier. Like, that was really it. Like, it could have been longer, but like the timing was better. When it was
Mhm.
pretty busy up until the very end, I think. And we have lots of other things we want to tweak, but timing wise, are we still good with that? Like noon to 6? Sounds good?
Yeah. And I
Okay,
think having the food vendors, more food vendors will make
Mhm.
that last hour
busier.
a lot busier. Cause people will grab food before they leave.
And the first hour too.
Yeah.
So it's
So-
like coming to grab lunch.
One thing that worked really well for Oktoberfest was getting Lynn from Timbertown Grub involved to basically take the whole food vendor thing off of their plate. Just she did a great job wrangling food vendors, getting, getting all that going.
Is she involved with the commission or should they just
she's
tag her in?
not, she's not. They just she said she wanted to help out. And so
She's fabulous and
Yeah.
I really enjoy her. I will go schmooze her and see what she wants to help out. with.
yeah,
That'd be
just,
awesome.
I mean, when you have food trucks involved, she did a great job and she is really excited about continuing to do Oktoberfest. So adding another one, just more experience for her to get,
Great.
so I think she'd jump on it.
Community volunteers, yay. I love that. I'm sure we already have our kettle corn lady will be there. Pam will be there. Christy will be there, but we want we definitely, that's high. That's what I was like, we just need to figure out the timing and the date so I can we can start reaching out to people. So, okay. So that post will be coming soon. We're going to have a hoppin' Facebook page in January, guys. I do think we also need to maybe start tagging Alex, like with a line at the bottom that's like and follow us for more, like start to make that sort of, we need to get more of a gathering of people that are following our page.
And remember that anytime that you have an event scheduled with any artwork or flyers, you can give that to Hannah Smith with the Downtown Estacada Commission, and she will put it in the monthly newsletter that she puts out. And she can put it in that for like a few months up to the event. So just remember that the Downtown Estacada Commission can post for every commission. So, or they can advertise for every commission. So just keep that in mind as you guys are
Awesome.
moving forward.
We'll do that for sure. Okay. So no more on that yet.
So I want to just throw out there, I heard Dave say that PGE is planning their donations for Estacada in the next month. And so it's just on my mind that we might be asking them for 2 things. And just remember to ask them for that if they're planning it in the next month or,
Yeah. Well,
don't
the
know.
ask to PGE is it just for poetry in public places? Is that what you've been asking?
That's what I've been talking about, yes, because that's, but I do have the person who is.
Is it a different person than the one that I
Yeah,
sent
I
you?
got referred and I finally got direct contact. It's kind of, I'd send it to your contact and he'd send it to the other group, but the other group responded just the other day.
I think that's one that kind of changes.
And this
every
is,
year.
this is the one that is focused on Estacada. Whitney, is that? Yeah,
Yes, if
Whitney
we-
Welch.
plan to ask that for them. I just want to make sure they know that we want 2 things.
And
Yeah.
I think they gave us $500 last year and the year before for Arts at the Creek. PGE did. So
I feel like it used to be more than that, but I could be just
a lot of people
misremembering.
used to give us more.
Yeah,
COVID.
yeah.
We're still making another, like
Right.
reestablishing ourselves.
Yes.
So,
Cool.
If someone wants to contact, I think we should do 2 separate requests.
will you send me the contact info and then I'm
Yeah.
happy to reach out to them.
Yep.
Okay. And then I'll just start sending out the basic. I did myself a great favor and I saved all the wording for my emails last year. And I'm like, can copy and paste. I'm so excited about myself right now. I went to go like redo it and I was like, oh, thank you,
That's
previous
great.
me. Yay.
Cool.
Okay, and then we'll talk a little bit more about Arts at the Creek, once I've talked to Mike and Alicia, and then we'll talk before the planning meeting, and then we'll have a chunk of the planning meeting that will be about that this year.
Is there any other funding stuff that we need to be thinking about for that now? Because I know that funding is the piece that's like this is December, January, we need to be thinking about it.
When, do we know when we'll hear about that grant, Bev?
No. I thought it was March for some reason. I'd have to look it up.
Okay. Do you think you could look it up somewhere, or if it was in the application at all? At some point, not right this moment.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity to see. And then, I mean, yes, we definitely need to be looking into our funding. Right now, we're kind of at an okay place. But the grant would put us at a very comfortable place.
Okay.
Cool, cool. We do not have a planning meeting on the books yet. And I just figured we should do that, get it out of the way. We met in October, so it feels really soon to do it again, but also we don't want to wait till too far in the spring to really do it.
I thought we had already set it for like the second weekend in February.
I thought we had two, and then Alex and I like looked at our notes. I couldn't find it anywhere.
Huh.
I didn't write it down either.
Just made it up in my head.
Do we want to do it in February?
Would it make more sense to wait until after we have new commissioners, if we're gonna have new commissioners?
When is the budget due? Cause that's the earliest thing that.
April.
We need to talk about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
April.
So I think that's the only reason why historically it's been in February is because we want to have a longer time thinking about the budget and then another meeting to vote on
But
it.
it is frustrating to have a big huge
Yeah.
meeting where we talk about what everything means and what we're doing, and then have a new person show up and then have to be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you're all, when we just did that last spring too.
You have to have the budget set to them in April. And so I don't know who will meet in time to, get that sent to them. I'll have to ask, I'll have to double check with Sadie about when she needs that.
Because the new commissioners are not appointed until April. They start in April. So that would be a little too late, probably.
Yeah, so we'll have to do a new. Okay.
Why don't we meet somewhere in the middle and do like the end of February? Would that work for you guys? Everybody's got your calendar out, like the 22nd?
Is that a Saturday?
Yes.
I think that should work for me.
I cannot commit. I don't know what my work schedule will be.
That might be the only Saturday that works for me in February, but I'm also stepping down, so you can meet without me. What we did last time too, I don't remember, Bev, if we invited you to the meeting before you were officially appointed, but we had,
No, we could have.
are we looking at the applications at the first meeting in February? Cause if we pick somebody, I mean, we could potentially
We could
invite
invite them.
them. Yeah,
Because it's a public meeting.
Yeah,
Say if
yeah,
you
yeah.
want to come, we'd really appreciate it.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Did Mike try to come on Zoom? I think that's, I think that's Mike.
Oh, yeah.
But he agrees with 12-6.
All right.
Sweet.
Good job, Mike. Hi, Mike.
Or
Okay.
Eli.
What time on
Mike's
the
place.
22nd? 9?
What time on the 22nd?
9:01.
I don't know. I was just looking at the date.
I'm
I'm an early person, so I'm the wrong person to ask because I
Oh.
would rather do it early.
Yeah.
And I'm like.
I know.
like,
That's why.
Really?
No, thank you.
Do we need to flip a
10
coin?
a.m. and we won't go any longer than noon. 'Cause My stomach's will say stop.
We'll absolutely take more than 2 hours. to do
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
does the
We
city,
Usually takes
So-
3 to 4 hours.
does the city still supply lunches for those meetings, Alex?
What was that?
Does the city still supply lunches for the planning meetings?
No.
It
they
came
come-
out,
they come
it came out of our
regular
own budget last
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I made
Okay.
muffins last time.
Yeah.
That's all I
2
had.
years ago, we had way too much.
Yeah. But we've ordered pizza in the past, or like when it was great when the mason jar was here because then we would just pre-order sandwiches and then Dee Dee would bring them back down for lunch. I miss Dee
Do you
Dee.
guys want to do like 10 to 2? Order a pizza or something if we need to, and we can always potluck it and bring a couple things.
How many people?
Us?
For me? Just us? I'll cater it. I'd love to.
Yeah, and I'm happy to make something and bring it
I'll
to you.
just, yeah, I'd like my thing.
Sweet.
Okay, okay.
I'll eat your face.
Yeah, it's just I've got to make some. arrangements.
How many seats are up for reelection?
What's happening right now?
Depending on what you guys decide for whose applications are best.
Who makes the
Yeah.
cut?
Right.
I'll apply
Okay.
for 12.
Okay,
Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay. Cool.
Mike,
I was like,
does-
right.
Mike, if you're there, does the February 22nd work for you?
Do you guys have any idea what time? I just went through and wrote down all of the kid basketball and jiu-jitsu stuff that we have. It's all Saturdays and it's all double headers.
10 to 2. How's that sound?
That
Impossible?
Part of it? Any of it?
Is it
the 22nd.
of January
No.
February.
requested off?
Um, I'm sorry, let me just double check real quick. February 22nd, 11 and noon in Aurora.
Oh, yeah, no.
How about?
What, do we have afternoon or I mean, you guys want to do mornings?
Get the budget on that time.
He was just saying we could do afternoon.
I mean, I could, well, yeah, it would honestly have to be like 2 o'clock or later. That might be a little bit too late for her.
We do 2 to 6 and have a pizza party at the end.
That's a lot.
I mean, we could do 2 to 6.
I mean,
I don't have strong feelings about that. I'm just a morning person.
I mean, I could make that work.
Does anyone have strong feelings about doing it at 2 to 6 instead of in the morning? Deborah? Do you have strong feelings about that? Either way.
I prefer morning, but it's okay if that's all that works.
I mean, we could do it on a Sunday.
No, well,
No?
I can't, but that's,
Okay.
yeah.
I
I could barely do it on the 22nd.
I'm just wondering if there's another day that would
I
work.
wonder if there are any Saturdays that are better for the basketball schedule, games or.
I just went through the basketball schedule and they have games every Saturday until the first week of April.
Yeah.
Any home games?
Yeah, there are actually home games. So let me and we're shooting for the end of February.
Yeah,
The weekend before that, the 15th is in Estacada.
Time.
And those are, I would be done with the games by 11, but I could also miss one and just have them get a ride home or send them home with somebody.
Could we do 10 to 2 on the 15th?
I don't know, I'm checking. There's some big meetings coming up that Saturday.
Okay.
So let me just.
I don't plan my life that far out, so you just let me know.
For real.
We're at Oaks Park, like
I'm just getting
every
through this
day.
week, one week at a time. I'm filling out the paperwork for this right now, so we can just get this off our list, so
Great.
just. Is
Mhm.
it available?
No, that should have been a
That's a
good
good
question. I think we're waiting for, Bev is checking.
Till all these planning meetings start coming in.
I'm just filling out all the others.
Yeah, the 15th. I can't, I would have to be out of here by like 4.
Hmm.
I
By
got something-
4?
Mhm. On the 15th, I got something.
But if we did it in the morning, like 10 to 2 on the 15th?
Yes, on the 15th.
That would work. All right, all in favor? Aye, is that a thing?
Yeah.
We'll do for
Yeah.
this?
Aye.
Katie? Aye.
I'm in.
15th, 10 to 2. And Mike, you just get there when you can or skip a game. Would that work for you?
Yes.
And then we'll hope it works for Alicia. We can only do so much. I texted her, but she didn't answer. Okay. So, sounds
Friday's gonna
good.
be a busy day.
February 15th. Oops. What times is it?
10 to 2. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
And we did not go that long in the fall,
No.
but it's, I mean, it's like, it will definitely be more than 2 hours and hopefully not more than 3. I feel like that's the goal. But this, I mean, the one in this last round of these, this one took longer.
Yeah, I think because of the budget and all the finance.
Because
stuff
of the
that we
budget
did.
and the finances and Arts at the Creek, but this time I'm gonna try really hard to meet with Mike and Alicia before that, so that we can just bring really specific things to the whole group, so we don't have to spend our whole time talking about that.
One suggestion that because the experience at the Downtown Estacada Commission is this year during their planning meeting, they are going to be setting their subcommittees for each of their events.
We
During
did
the
that at the
planning meeting.
past, the
Yeah.
last one, yes.
I don't think I'll be able to come on the 15th.
Okay, well, that's a good reason.
That would make it difficult, yeah.
Okay, we'll make sure that we update you on all the things that we decide to, and then maybe we can make a list of asks and stuff to check in with you about. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure you can just get on the website from Las Vegas and would enjoy it.
You don't have to do that.
Yeah, you don't have to do that. You're in Vegas. You do you.
But besides, nothing from Las Vegas could come back here, so it's
Yeah.
just.
We got a lot done at our previous planning meeting. Like we have our subcommittees and things pretty set for the year. We'll need to reassess a little with whoever our new person is and wherever Jean's name was. We'll have to like reassess it a little, but we sussed out a lot of that in the last one. So
I think the
we were
only
pretty
thing
productive.
that I'm on is the poetry in public places judging, but I'm willing to still do that. So,
You put your name on a few things.
oh, did I?
But more as like a,
Cool.
oh, I could maybe consult with that. I could maybe help with that.
I mean, you can still call me, you guys. I just may or may not answer.
Okay, sounds good.
That judging could be pretty close to finished by the time
Cool.
you are not officially a member anymore.
I'm still in Estacada. I just
Yeah.
need to be
Yeah.
looking for a job.
Okay, well, that's all I had on our official agenda. The arts opportunities are down below. A couple of them are repeats. The bottom two are repeats from last month. The Spiral Gallery has their community art show, which is always awesome. I haven't been yet, but that's always a really great show. And then there was a library teen art contest that I saw
Oh,
that
that's
I put
cool.
up there too. So pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah. And then the other ones are repeats.
I wanted to add, I went to talk to Zach at the library about the poetry contest. And they have a poetry group that meets the fourth Saturday, I think, at the library. They just changed the time. But just bringing that back to the commission and anyone who's watching, that if you're a poet, in addition to doing the poetry in public places, you can also do the poetry group, writing group at the library. So
Maybe the next time the library does like a Facebook post about that, we could share that on our page about the writers group.
sweet.
Do they do, because they do specific posts too, right? Not just, yeah. That would be a good one to repost if we could.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before you adjourn, I just want to let you guys know that I plan on retaining my liaison spot with the Arts Commission for this next year. So
Sweet.
Excellent.
I'm going to try to keep both of my liaisons, Downtown Estacada and this one. So it just depends on how much the other counselors want either of my liaison spots.
I think we're kind of the black sheep. I don't know if anyone else wants.
I have been the Arts Commission liaison since I got elected.
Nice. Well, let's keep that trend going.
It's great.
I would like to correct Jesse momentarily and say the DEI is without question the black sheep
Uh,
missions.
We're the gray sheep. We're nearby.
If anybody, we're the wavy gravy of the city commissions, and if anybody wants to sit on DEI, we would love more members.
Yes, lots of commissions with open spots. Okay, great. Well, does anyone else have anything else to add? We'll get a lot done more soon and lots of things. I guess everyone has social media things to put up, so let's flood that page and make sure that we're all going on there and sharing it as much as possible across as many platforms as we can. So, all right, we'll go team. Call this meeting to adjourn the meeting. I don't know this stuff at all, guys. I'm adjourning this meeting at 7:22.
Sweet, that was very official.
I should really look that up before I start talking.